Backlight, a novel based on true events by Barry K. Brown. 1. Falling. Dawn of another boring Los Angeles perfect weather day. While the country is drenched in freezing rain, buffeted by fierce winds, blanketed with snow, or stifled by drought, Zalman Moskowitz falls. His body accelerates at 1 gravity, 9.81 meters per second at sea level. Obeying the immutable law Galileo discovered in 1602. 1 second into the descent from his 15th floor Wilshire Boulevard duplex, he is traveling 22 miles an hour, faster than his beloved E55 AMG Mercedes after 1 second hard on the throttle. Surging electrical impulses in Zalman's prefrontal cortex create a rush of brilliant images, announced by spherical music not of this world. His life flashes along optic nerves, the oversaturated color surprising even him. So, these are my final moments. Codes as the resonant gong he once heard in a Balinese temple, accompanied by an uncanny close-up of the small, perfectly formed nipple of an Indonesian dancer he had sex with for one crazy night in Jakarta 20 years ago. In a slow-motion dream, Zalman falls past the terraced living room of the dancing Valencias, directly beneath. Locked in a formal tango, Charles and Vicky stand toe-to-toe in bathrobes behind double panes, screaming in voices he often heard clearly through the thin floor. Now he understood what those angry cries in tempo with wild music had been. Had he realized how shoddy the construction was under all the flash, he would have bought in an older building. Falling, Zalman thinks of himself as Sam, his name's familiar form Americanized. This new identity was created when he was old enough to realize the name his mother gave him, in ancient Jewish tradition, Hannah's dead father's name, might affect his ability to earn. When he got a glimpse of his incredible potential income, he legally changed his last name to Rock because it sounded powerful. For the opposite reason, ignoring the Goliath myth, Sam named his first child David, striking a mild note he unconsciously believed would never threaten. His bulging eyes flash on reflected flailing arms and legs, turning ridiculously in the slipstream, hair an incongruous silver halo, as if he had already become an angel. Not likely. Sam had been told many times by his father that a confused clerk at Ellis Island, who spoke no Yiddish, altered his grandfather's name to Moskowitz. That could at least be pronounced in English. The falling man imagines he sees his mother's terrified face when she arrived in New York, a 15-year-old greenhorn, fresh off the boat after months walking across Europe, and he wants to weep. But his tear ducts, paralyzed by air blast, have closed tight. Sam feels no fear as he accelerates past curtained windows, shielding strangers he nodded to in the elevator. Moving almost 50 now, he feels no sensation of speed. His mind floods with a frame-by-frame montage, an insane assemblage of lips, tits, asses, pubic hair, and moist pink openings. Rushing air mingles with cries of delight, agony, frustration, and boredom. So many women. Sam was 13, working late at his father's sweatshop, counting precious money, fingering each bill intimately while staring at the lush, forbidden bristin of the last operator as she bent over her singer. Sam repaired the old machines, charmed the girls into taking late payment when cash was short, and made everyone laugh when work piled so high it defied the delivery schedule. She smiled, stood, came to him, lifted her voluminous skirts, and in moments her groin effortlessly swallowed his rigid schwanz. The wet, enveloping warmth, this first time, so stunned him it was all over in an instant. Money and pussy. After that revelation, Sam stooped every willing Shana Madel in the shop, frequently. He has had sex with thousands of women, mostly nameless, entering sometimes 2 or 3 different vaginas a day. He doesn't miss one, not even the mother of his children, no, certainly not her. Sam drops past a terrace where some fool, violating building protocol, draped a towel to dry. Didn't they realize how it made the other tenants look? He is startled to discover that this simple sight, overriding fear, enrages him. The wind, ballooning his beautiful clothes, rolls his body so he looks at the brightening, impossibly blue sky. The words of the terrible curse he often heard his father say when he was cheated out of a few dollars repeat over and over, gay and dread. In Yiddish, drop dead. But meaning so much more, a vile curse that disintegrates flesh, crunches bones, and wipes the hated one from the face of the earth. Gay in dread, Sam screams as he falls. Gay in dread! And he knows to whom the curse is directed. Those damn kids of his crawled out of the closet and they saw. They saw. He hasn't thought of this for years, but it's now all he thinks about. The indignity. How dare they invade my privacy at such an intimate moment? Sea-level terminal velocity for a flailing human body, arms and legs seeking traction in thin air, is when parasitic drag matches gravity's acceleration, about 130 miles an hour. Now, after 4 seconds, Sam falls faster than the speed limit on most interstates. Still, he feels no sensation of speed. He is pleased it will end this way, soon. No waiting for the great mystery to unfold. No more idiots harping about pointless deals. No more empty victories. No more self-satisfied, untalented asses to kiss and sterile tits to suck. No more smiling lunches with 20-something power brokers glued to their cells for news of someone else's outrageously inflated feature film disaster. He would no longer be a forced witness to pathological jealousy and self-loathing, receive no more empty awards for creating mindless crap, never again have to make believe the Drecksacks love him. Gay in dread, he screams, at all the sons of bitches who dared interfere, cluttered his path, or stole money from him. Spinning slowly, Sam glances briefly into silent rooms. Everyone is asleep, strangers, ignoring the master film director on his once-in-a-lifetime one-way journey. But when was he ever behind all the sycophantic bullshit, not alone and ignored? So unfair. The great auteur imagines he can reverse entropy, project life back to before he began his fall, rise up, upward, and once again stand secure on his beautiful terrace. He remembers the first stunning time his editor ran an upright moviola in reverse. Before his eyes, a crashed car reassembled itself on film and sped backward, away from its destiny. Seeing himself in the polished marble sheathing his building below the second floor, backlight accentuating his movements, he automatically observes the sly smile playing on his lips. How terrifically cool. Casually turning his head, Sam looks down and sees, in astonishing detail, a myriad of cracks in the pavement. He is close now, descending into muted light, filtered by passage down Wilshire walls of glass and stone, like sun rays near the floor of the fetid Amazon rainforest. He hears wild monkey calls, the insane screech of macaws mating, the desperate hum of cicada, starving rodents, clawed feet rustling through soaking fronds, a primitive sound effects track he once supervised. Surprisingly, time slows and slows, magically almost coming to a halt. Sam hears his mother's voice crooning, Zalman, Zalman. And for the first time since he can remember her on this earth, Hannah does not sound desperately sad. His lips involuntarily murmur a Jew's last prayer. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. With sharp filmmaker's eyes, Sam sees into the molecules of concrete, where clusters of tightly packed atoms bulge like muscles, Dropping closer, his cells pass easily through the vacuum between them. Protons, neutrons, and dizzily spinning electrons slowly rise to meet him. Intensely curious, his last thought is, the wonder of it all.